Cristiano Ronaldo was not born into greatness. He was born into uncertainty, into a life where survival came before dreams, on a small island called Madeira, where opportunities were limited and futures were often decided by poverty. His home was cramped, his family struggled. His father worked as a kit man, earning very little and slowly losing himself to alcohol. His mother cleaned houses tirelessly just to keep the family alive, and from a very young age, Cristiano learned a lesson most people learn too late in life, that nothing would be handed to him, that if he wanted more, he would have to fight for it. Football entered his life, not as a game, but as an escape, as a promise, as a way out of a life he did not choose, but refused to accept. While other children played for fun, Cristiano played with desperation. He cried when he lost, not because he was weak, but because losing meant falling back into the life he feared, and people misunderstood that. They laughed at him, mocked his emotions, bullied him at school for his accent, his clothes, his obsession, but every insult carved his hunger deeper. Every joke became fuel, and even when he was nearly expelled from school after reacting to bullying, he did not give up, because deep inside him lived a belief stronger than fear. At just 12 years old, he left his family and moved to Lisbon to join Sporting CP. A child alone in a city far from home, sleeping in dormitories, missing his mother, crying silently at night so no one would hear, but waking up every morning with one goal: to train harder than everyone else, because he understood something rare for his age, that talent may open a door, but discipline decides how far you walk through it. His coaches noticed it, teammates noticed it. This skinny boy stayed after training, practiced endlessly, repeated drills until his legs shook, worked on weaknesses others ignored, and just when life seemed to reward his sacrifice, it tested him again. Doctors discovered a dangerous heart condition. His dream stood on the edge of collapse. Football could end before it truly began. And for a teenager whose identity was built around the game, this was terrifying. But Cristiano chose courage over fear, underwent heart surgery, and returned to training within days, proving that setbacks were not stop signs but exams, and he was determined to pass. In 2003, his moment arrived when Sporting played Manchester United in a friendly match, and that night Cristiano did not play football. He announced himself. He attacked without fear, dribbled past experienced defenders, dominated the pitch, and when the final whistle blew, Manchester United players told their manager one thing: sign him now. Do not let this boy go. And suddenly, an 18-year-old from Madeira was wearing the most demanding shirt in English football, carrying the weight of history, expectations, and a legendary number 7. The transition was brutal. The Premier League was fast, physical, unforgiving. Critics called him flashy, selfish, ineffective. Fans booed him. Opponents targeted him. But Cristiano did not complain. He responded with work. He arrived early, stayed late, built muscle, strengthened his mind, transformed his body into a machine, trained when others rested, because he knew something simple but powerful. Nobody outworks someone who is afraid of losing everything. Season by season he improved. Goals came, trophies followed, and in 2008 he stood on a stage holding the Ballon d'Or. Proof that obsession can turn dreams into reality. But success never softened him, because hunger does not disappear when it is born from fear. When he moved to Real Madrid, the pressure multiplied. Record transfer fee, endless comparisons, unbearable expectations. A club where second place meant failure, where greatness was demanded daily, and the world watched closely, waiting for him to fall. Critics grew louder, boos echoed in his own stadium, hate followed him everywhere. But Cristiano embraced the pressure, because pressure meant responsibility, and responsibility meant trust. He trained harder than ever, lived a disciplined life many called extreme, strict diet, perfect recovery, relentless repetition, and the results became historic. Goals beyond logic, records shattered, Champions League nights where he delivered when it mattered most, moments when legends are created. But behind the celebrations lived a lonely truth. Greatness is isolating. While others celebrated life, he sacrificed it. While others rested, he prepared. While others chased comfort, he chased immortality. He lost his father and carried that pain quietly. Fame did not heal it. Money did not erase it. But it deepened his drive because he knew time was limited and legacy was permanent. As years passed, critics waited for age to defeat him, for decline to arrive. But Cristiano refused to age like others. He adapted, evolved, turned himself from a winger into a lethal goal scorer, proving that greatness is not about talent alone, but about evolution. Even when he left Real Madrid and many said his story was finished, he chose new challenges, new leagues, new tests, because comfort never interested him. Growth did. With Portugal, he experienced heartbreak, defeats that crushed nations, tears that soaked jerseys. But he never abandoned his country. And when Portugal finally lifted the European Championship trophy, it was not just a win, it was redemption, proof that patience rewards the persistent. Cristiano Ronaldo's story is not about football. It is about mindset, about obsession, about refusing excuses. He was not born the strongest, the fastest, or the most gifted, but he became the most disciplined, the most relentless, the most prepared. He once said, "Talent without hard work is nothing," and his life proves it, because he turned pain into power, criticism into motivation, fear into fuel. And today, when people see the trophies, they forget the tears, the loneliness, the sacrifices, the nights when quitting would have been easier. But he never quit, and that is the lesson. Greatness does not belong to the lucky. It belongs to those who show up every day when motivation fades, who keep working when applause disappears, who believe in themselves when no one else does. If a boy from a poor island with no guarantees can build a legacy that inspires millions, then your circumstances are not your limits. Your mindset is: dream bigger than your fear. Work harder than your excuses. Stay disciplined when motivation leaves, because legends are not born, they are built, one painful decision at a time.